By the way, what is up, everyone, and welcome back to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Wednesday team here today. You have myself, AlphaDog Bets, here with my guy, JD, from Line Movers, and as always, we have Jefe Picks from Shocking, I Know, from Jefe Picks. Fellas, I'm pumped to be on here today. The MLB playoff race is getting absolutely insane. We have a ton to talk about in the recap, but before we do that, JD, we're going over to you. Looking fresh in that hat, as you always do. What's going on, brother?
Doing good, man. It's been a great Wednesday so far. Today is Wednesday.
Oh, you got it right today.
Yes.
Good
Today
for
is Wednesday.
Tell us about your Wednesday so far, man. I really want to. You know what?
We're going to go a round table and talk about what we've all done today.
Honestly, I think we should really invest in a live cam on JD. I would love to know
all day, every day.
Like JD, a day in the life. Every day you come in here, just give us a little bit of insight on what you do when you're not on camera. I'm interested. Alpha's interested. The world is interested.
JD After Dark, baby.
I should get the
JDAD. Oh my God! I just trademarked that.
Wow.
Oh, that was good.
Well, JD, how are you today? Tell us everything you've done today.
Good.
From the moment you woke up, what'd you do? What'd you eat for breakfast? What kind of coffee did you have?
What toothpaste brand do you use?
Oh, good question. No free advertisements on this show.
Yeah.
No free advertisements on this show.
But no. As far as breakfast, I have not eaten yet.
JD.
Because of the diet that I'm on, I actually don't.
Okay.
I actually don't eat my first meal until after the show.
Okay. Are you doing an intermittent fasting style of diet?
I am. Yes.
Interesting. Do you find that it's beneficial?
Yes. Yep.
I've learned nothing about what you've done this morning.
But besides that, actually, this morning has been very boring. I have worked on the college football slate the entire day.
I love that. That's not boring. So, you're getting the clients winners at the early edge. We absolutely love that. Jefe, what have you done today? Tell us about your life.
All right. Woke up at 7:30 in the morning like I do every day. I feed my cat, Luna, clean the box, take out the empty the dishwasher, get myself together. I'm out the door at 8 a.m. I hit the gym. Back in at 9 a.m. I shower, get myself together, get in the car. Starbucks is a must. Cold brew, almond milk, no sugar. First call was at 10 a.m. today.
Excellent.
At a call, we discussed my other business in North Carolina from 10 to 11.
Excellent.
This at 11, handled some administrative stuff. It's open enrollment for insurance season. That ends on October 1st, so I have to handle that. I think we're going to go with Horizon. And then
very good.
Hopped on here about 15 minutes ago, chopped it up with you guys, and I'm sending out some POD videos to my other business partner on YouTube as we speak. And now I'm here, ready to talk about the MLB slate, and that is every single thing that I've done today. I've also not eaten, but I've ingested quite a amount of caffeine. We'll be eating after, probably a salad. Alpha, your turn.
Wow, that was unbelievable. Well, unlike you waking up at 7:30, I woke up at about 9:15 today. Made myself some pancakes. Definitely enjoyed that. And then I had a little beard appointment this morning. That's why I look better than normal. And then I got on with JD, talked a little baseball. Then you showed up late like you always do because you're a very busy person. And now we're here. So the people are ready for us to go through our recap. So, gentlemen, you ready to go through our Tuesday recap on a Wednesday afternoon?
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Well, guys, we'll also be doing this little daily
JD,
recap every single day.
We've done this daily recap every single day for the last year and a half we've had the show. There we
go.
No,
I meant what we just did.
Wow, that video was sick. It went with the song very well. JD, that was very good. You guys know what it is. You guys know the deal. Gardos, the three-way, three-man trifecta.
You know, I didn't want to say this out loud, but I'm starting to think, stick with me here. We might have to have another three-way tonight.
I think we do. I think it might have to be a daily three-way, which I've never heard of anyone complaining about a daily three-way. Maybe if they saw the three of us.
Listen, man. The tripod needs 3 legs. You know what I mean, baby?
That's right. That is absolutely right. Quickly, I do want to touch on that Tigers game. Very scary moment.
Thank God you wanted to touch on that.
Yeah, I did. Little scary moment in the Tigers game last night. I think you guys know if you watch the game what happened.
Oh, it was wild.
When David Fry ate a 99-mile-per-hour fastball in the teeth, scoop ball absolutely drilled him. That was one of the scariest moments I've seen in a baseball game. I'm not going to lie. I have never seen anything remotely close to that. I was watching the game. Full disclosure, pulling back the curtain. A couple of my buddies live around the country. One thing we like to do, we put a game on in Discord. You guys know what Discord is. We all love it. We all know Discord. So I was watching the game with a few of my buddies in Discord, and all of us coughed or made a noise or something. The second he got drilled in the face, none of us ever saw anything like that. It was quite scary. Granted, it did kind of help us win that game. I don't want to work that way.
That's exactly what I wanted to take this conversation to. If the Tigers make the playoffs, I already know how you beat the Tigers on a Tarek Skubal start. You sacrifice your 9th batter. You absolutely go for the bunt. You get drilled in the face. He is upset. He's shattered. I've actually never seen somebody
hit a wild pitch
and their hat at the same time. It was
and
bad.
Then he had a wild pitch on the next
and then he was never the same after that.
Yeah.
So AL teams, if the Tigers make it, put that in the back of your head. I already know what the sacrificial lamb is for the Yankees. Let's get Volpe right out there. Come on,
face first, baby. Face
first, baby.
On a reel, that was a scary moment. David
yeah.
Fry's doing okay today. That was definitely it was a unique thing in baseball. You think you've seen everything. You've seen a million different things. That was something that was new for me to see, where the pitcher had that type of reaction, where the players all had that type of reaction. It was different. JD, any thoughts on that before we talk about a few other games from the slate yesterday? And then we dive into today's awesome slate.
Yeah, as soon as the pitcher acts like that, that's when you know it's like really bad. Because you see guys like kind of like walk off the mound and kind of shake their head, that kind of thing. But the way that Skubal reacted, though, you just knew.
It was bad. It was definitely bad. All right, a couple other games we want to talk about. Jefe, I got to bring it up because it's our boys. That New York Yankee walk-off was electric. Jose Caballero steps up, yanks down 2-1 in the 9th inning, tie it up, get on base, 2 men on, 2 men out. Caballero comes up, down to his final strike, and hits the game-winning walk-off single. The Yankees feel like they got something cooking right now, Jefe, and they're only a game back of the Blue Jays. Granted, it's really 2 games back because the Yankees lose the tiebreaker. But when you look at the schedule tonight, the Yankees are about a minus 9,000 with Max Fried on the bump against the White Sox. And we're going to be talking about this game when we get to it, but the Red Sox are rather large favorites over the Blue Jays today. So potentially, at this time tomorrow, we could have a dead even tie at the top of the AL East standings. Very interesting stuff going on. Jefe, what did you think about the surging Yankees? And what do you think about the Blue Jays, the opposite of surging right now?
Yeah, I'll start with the Yanks. I mean, I'll be honest. There's really there's no excuse for being in that position to begin with.
Yes, I agree.
You should never have been in that spot. Heel pitches incredible, makes one mistake, hits a home run. White Sox player hits a home run. The Yankees got to come through. There were so many opportunities that they squandered an opportunity to get a man even in scoring position. I actually thought the White Sox had an amazing fielding day. They cut off so many balls.
They were very good.
Could have been doubles that were singles. I saw it multiple times. But at the end of the day, I give a lot of credit to Caballero. I don't know if you watched the whole 9th inning. I full disclosure, I started tuning in the 8th, where it was like the only thing I was watching. So I watched the 9th every single pitch.
So did I.
Trent Grisham can't swing at the first damn pitch and head into a double play with no outs and men on first and second.
I thought it was over. I went, fuck.
You gotta take a pitch. The guy had no control over the strike zone. Take a pitch. Why would you swing at the first one? Regardless, Caballero comes up, wild pitch. Next 2 pitches later, bloops a single, game over. That's the type of win that the White Sox right now, they're not talking about it. They're not showing up today. They're not showing up tomorrow. They had they showed up yesterday. They lost it. They got no reason to show up anymore. There's a reason that the Yankees on the one line are minus 160 on the one line, especially with Fried on the mound. I expect the Yankees to steamroll the White Sox tonight. We'll get into that.
That was their shot. We're not going to get into that today. We're not talking about the Yankees unless you may have a parlay that you're ahead of the Yankees.
No. I'm telling you, it's terrible juice. It's terrible juice. Minus 160 for run line. Take it.
Wow. Okay.
They're legitimately going to win by 3 or more runs today. I'm not even worried about it.
There we go.
To the Jays. You put
Losers
yourself
of 5 out of their last 6 games and losing a lot to non-playoff teams, including the Tampa Bay Rays.
The Jays put themselves in a really tough spot today. I don't want to get too much into what was going on with that game, but they put themselves in a really tough spot today, especially against who they're going up against on the mound. Really, really tough.
Yep.
They were never in that game yesterday, which, like, I don't know what's going on. They're just going through a cold spell, but just rough spot. I haven't got no love lost for them. I still think they win this division because the Yankees are technically 2 back with 5 to go, but it is possible because I don't know anymore. I could see the Yankees going 4-1 in their last 5. I really can.
I agree.
And can I see the Blue Jays going 2-3? They would have to go in their last 5. Yeah.
Especially with the way it lines up tonight, right? Especially the way it lines up tonight.
Yeah, so we'll see, and we'll definitely keep speaking about that as the week goes on, but things are officially very interesting in the AL. And also, there's a major trickle-down effect to the Yankees flipping into the division lead and then the Jays going into the wild card because I don't know any
tiebreakers. No,
Jays, Red Sox tiebreakers. I don't know Tigers, Red Sox tiebreakers. I don't know Astros, Tigers, Red Sox tiebreakers. All of those come into play now.
I got it all, by the way.
Because those teams are so close. Because those teams are so close that who knows? Maybe the Jays don't have the tiebreaker over the Astros, and the Astros jumped them for the top spot in the wild card, and the Jays are now the 3rd wild card team.
Hold on, let me tell you what it is. I can tell you right now. So the Blue Jays tiebreaker scenarios are: they win the tiebreaker only against the Mariners. That's the Yankees. The Yankees only win the tiebreaker against the Mariners. The Yankees lose the tiebreaker against the Blue Jays, Guardians, Red Sox, Tigers, and the Yankees are tied with the Astros in the tiebreaker 3-3. So that will have to come down to percentage points they have not calculated yet. For the Blue Jays.
No. The second thing division record something like that?
It says right now it's going to come down to a percentage that's not fully calculated because I guess the Astros are still playing divisional games, and that will be an impact on it.
So are the Yankees.
But the Yankees. Yeah, so that's why that one is not decided.
That's what the second tie.
That's TBD for the Yankees.
The head-to-head tiebreaker is division record.
Well, here's a good one. Here are the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays win the tiebreaker over the Mariners, Red Sox, Tigers, and Yankees. They lose the tiebreaker to the Astros and the Guardians.
Oh my God!
And the Guardians win the tiebreaker over the Astros, Tigers, Yankees, Jays. They only lose the tiebreaker to the Mariners and the Red Sox. The Tigers, they lose the tiebreaker to the Blue Jays and the Guardians. They win the tiebreaker with the Yankees and the Astros, and it's TBD with the Red Sox. That's another one where they don't know where that's going to fall. The Mariners, they win the tiebreaker with the Astros, the Tigers, the Guardians, and the Red Sox. They lose it against the Blue Jays and the Yankees. And then finally, there's 2 more. I forgot the Red Sox. The Astros win the tiebreaker only over the Blue Jays. They lose it to everyone else. I'm not going to go through all those teams again. And the Red Sox, oh my God, I didn't do the Tigers either. The Red Sox, they win the tiebreaker over the Astros, Guardians, Yankees. They lose the tiebreaker with Blue Jays, Mariners, and TBD with the Tigers.
So you said all that for me to say, basically, the entire AL wild card
is a crapshoot.
Absolutely a crapshoot.
It's a crapshoot.
And to be honest with you, the fact that all these teams are playing each other, it's going to keep changing every single day, especially in this current series where the Red Sox and Blue Jays are facing each other. So one of them has to lose every day.
And quickly.
And the Tigers and Guardians playing each other.
Yep. And quickly, before we go into the breakdown, I do want to give one more playoff race update, and that's the NL wild card. I'm not going to go through all the tiebreakers. If any of you want to know, ask me at any time. I can provide you that information. I'm keeping the website up that gives me all that data. But the Mets have jumped in to the final wild card position, and they are 1 game up on the Reds and the D-backs. Let's just put that out there. The Mets are now in, and the Reds and D-backs are both now out. Things have all flipped since yesterday. We had an absolute crazy day of baseball.
It's wild, very, very wild to me that after this series, Red Sox versus Blue Jays, Tigers versus Guardians, the Tigers and the Red Sox have to play because both of those teams are going to need every single win so bad. And it's just, that's the only series that I'm seeing like this weekend that both teams are just, we're going all out. Every other series is a team that is in contention versus a team that is not. Or rather has things locked up.
Now, because I'm looking at the AL wildcard standings. Right now, the Astros are out, and the Tigers are in the last spot. But the Tigers are only up by 1 game. I want to see one thing. Tigers, Astros. Tigers would get in over the Astros. They own the tiebreaker if that's okay. So the Tigers technically have a 2-game lead over the last wildcard spot, similar to the Yankees in the AL East race. That tiebreaker has been decided. So a lot we have to know that goes into these games. And if you guys have any questions on that, drop them in the comments at any time. I am here to answer them. I have the sheet up here. We will go over whatever you guys want to know. JD, final thoughts before we head into today's slate.
Yeah, just as far as the Tigers, they're like you were saying, they do technically have that 2-game cushion.
Oh my God, the Diamondbacks came back and won yesterday?
Yeah, walk off.
Crap.
Yeah. But, like, they have to win. They have to win some games, though. And right now, they're just not doing that. So
They got Flaherty going tonight. I will go over it. I know we're covering that game, but I'm speaking too early.
Yeah, we're going to go.
All right. My brother, JD, we don't care what Jefe thinks. Are you ready to go into the MLB with me?
Most definitely.
So wait, we just did a recap, and we didn't even touch on the game of the night last night.
What game?
Mets Cubs.
Unbelievable. We literally just did. I literally just said the Mets won and got themselves into the final. That's why we're talking about it.
No, that's not enough, guys. I counted.
Okay, fine. You want me to talk about it? I gave out the Mets. And, oh, wait. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. Excuse me for one moment. Jefe, you're going to do?
And I did not practice, so this is going to be rough, y'all.
Oh my God!
Thank you, Jefe. I completely forgot we did the cluck bet on it.
Yeah, I'm over here like.
I actually was gonna wait and bring it up when we talked about that game.
Yeah, sure.
He was so hoping we
you were
forgot about that.
Yeah.
But you nailed that cluck, by the way.
One thing I want to say though, and I'll get into more when we get to the game. That is the type of win that can change the entire week around.
You know what's funny? JD, the game ended. I got it. You're in that chat. That was our chat. We get a text from Jefe. That's the type of win that could change a season. So Jefe really does believe that because that was his live reaction.
It is. It really is though. The down 5, everything's against shit. It's here we go again. Oh my God. And the Cubs aren't a bad team. They were trying to win that game. To come back to tie it. Then to gain the lead. Then to have them come back and tie. Then for of all people, Alvarez to hit that home run. Good for him. Big one for the Mets. They have to fucking win tonight.
And we're going to talk about it. Good news. We're
Cannot.
talking about it.
Hey,
They
so what?
cannot lose.
So what happened? Because I was not watching that game when actually they were up 6-1. Did somebody get hurt? Did one of the pitchers get hurt?
Cade Horton, they pulled early because they said it was a precautionary. They think he's injured. I think it was because his pitch count was getting too high in the inning. You know what I mean? I believe it was over 30 pitches in that. Hold him in, so I just don't think they wanted to leave him in there. And that was kind of what I went into the game thinking was that I don't think Horton's going to give us a long start here. I think any kind of trouble, they're going to yank him and get him ready for the playoffs. I think it was more of a precautionary move there, but it was death by a million paper cuts. You know what I mean? It was single walk. They kept getting guys on base, moving them over. It was one of those types of ball games, but a great win for the Mets. And as Jefe said, that could potentially propel them into the playoffs. And it literally did. It literally put them in the playoffs after that game. So we'll see if they're able to carry that momentum into tonight's slate. But we're going to start with our first game of the day. And I know one person on this panel has a play they absolutely love in this game. And we're going to start with the Marlins taking on the Phillies. Pitching for the Marlins is Ryan Weathers. Ryan Weathers is 2-1 with a 3.21 ERA. On the other side, for them Phillies, we have JD's guy, Jesus Luzardo. He's 14-7 with a 4.08 ERA. This guy's like the opposite of Paul Skeens. Has a 14-7 record with a elevated 4 ERA, and Paul Skeens has a 1-47 record with a 1.5 ERA. Very interesting to see where some people's record to ERA combination is at currently. But JD, we're going to start with you. We're talking about this game for one reason, and you have found an edge you absolutely love in this game. So what do you got for the people?
Yeah, man, this was a game that obviously, it doesn't really mean much, but I found it very interesting.
What do you mean? Marlins mathematically still in it. They refuse to freaking lose.
Well, yes, they technically still are.
Technically.
Yes, a lot has to happen. But anyway, yes, as far as this Marlins team is just hot. Like,
Bud, They won 7 games in a row, 9-1. They're less than. They're small.
Yeah, but Jefe, you say they have a shot. They're literally the 4th team out on the wild card, not the 4th in the wild card.
You know what else is funny to me?
7th.
You know what else is funny to me? JD's Braves have won 10 games in a row.
I know. Yeah,
I'm like so pissed about it. I'm like so pissed.
It's like, why? Why do you now?
What are you guys doing?
Yeah, great.
Anyway, as far as this game, last night, as far as the Marlins, I really wanted to bet them, but I laid off because I had like 4 other plays. But they still came through last night. I believe they were like a plus 195 actually dog there. This is a game where I still think that actually they have a shot here. If you want to play them actually just actually to win the game, I don't mind that. But my thing here is, this is going to sound bad, but we're going to fade Jesus. I definitely know that.
Hey man, way to be in the spirit of the holiday, brother.
But if you look at his stats,
I just watched Alpha get that joke like 15 seconds later.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But just like Alpha said, as far as his win-loss record, it looks great. But as far as his overall numbers, they're not bad, but they're not necessarily good either. Especially his past few starts. He is definitely giving up hits. He is definitely giving up runs. He just saw this actually Marlins team. That was 3 starts ago. And he did give up two actually runs there. And actually he was pretty lucky there because he had a lot of men on base. So he could have given up a lot more. As far as left-handers, if you look at the Marlins for the season, their numbers are bad. Like those numbers just look horrible. But if you bring that sample size down to the past 2 weeks, they are great. They're actually one of the top teams for that. What you can get here is, guys, you can get a Miami Marlins first 5 team total over 1.5 at only minus 110. So standard juice for them to score 2 runs in the first 5. And I just think that is a great price.
Absolutely. I would agree with you there. No action for me on this game. There's so many other spots I'm targeting with, I think, games that have bigger implication, but I absolutely understand why you're going down that route. You guys might have saw me chuckle in the middle of that because I didn't want to pull up the injury report in this game and see who's going to be banged up, who might be out there. And this is how you know the Marlins are cooked. They're absolutely cooked. You look at Kyle Stowers, who's on the 10-day IL. The 10-day. They have this estimated return date the first day of next year. That's why I laughed. All the players that are out for more than 5 games for the Marlins, their estimated return date is next season on opening day, listed on ESPN. AKA, they don't think this team can make the playoffs, and none of these guys can play going into it. Jefe, over to you. Anything in this game?
No, I really don't have much in this game.
Yes, Monza, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah. That is absolutely correct.
But there's a good time for me to pull up the tiebreaker, Monzi. As Jefe goes, I'll pull up the tiebreaker from Milwaukee.
The Marlins obviously have this inner belief that as long as they keep winning, maybe they'll figure out a way to make it. They need everything to go right for them, including everything to go wrong for every other team that's ahead of them. It's probably over for them. They are going to play as hard as they can until they lose their next game. That's basically what it is. I do believe it happens here. They barely pulled it out last night, and they had to do an extra look at the Marlins pitching report from yesterday. It looks like a CBS receipt. Everybody pitched. Going to be tired arms there. I think the Phillies take advantage and finally just end the Marlins season here. Gotta say though, Schwarber, 54 home runs, 130 RBIs. Sheesh.
He's smacking the ball around. Quickly, to Monzi's point here, Milwaukee does lead by 2.5, but they have the tiebreaker, and that's decided. So it's really 3.5. So it's really 4, if you catch what I'm saying here. So, yes, they still have something to play for, but with the tiebreaker already being decided, it'll be a little bit tough for the Phillies to pass them with the Brewers already securing that. So they need to beat them by a full game. By a full game, they cannot tie them when the season is over. So I do think that one doesn't have as much meaning. All right. You guys ready to go to the second game of the day, which is one I cannot wait to talk about?
For sure.
Let's go. We're going to the Red Sox and the Blue Jays. Guys, I alluded to it when we were talking about the recap. The Blue Jays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Losers of 5 of their last 6 games. In five of their last 6 games, they've also played the Royals and the Rays. In that span, they lost the game 20-1. They lost the game 4-0. Their bats are not clicking. They've scored in total in that stretch 1, 2, 3, and then they have the one outlier game 4. In 4 of those 6 games, they scored, 4 of the 6 games, they scored a total of 4 runs. They had one game where they put up an 8 spot, but outside of that, their offense has been extremely dead. They have been free-falling. The Yankees are right on their toes. They have a 1-game lead over the Yankees for the AL East title. Granted, they have the tiebreaker, so the Yankees need to make up 2 in the final 5. But in this game tonight, the Red Sox are pitching their guy, JD's guy, Garrett Crochet, 17-5 on the year with a 2.69 ERA and a 1.05 WHIP. On the other side for the Blue Jays is Max Scherzer. Well, kind of Max Scherzer. He's kind of a shell of himself this year. Max Scherzer is not the guy we know and have watched for the last 20 years. He has a 5.06 ERA. I'm sorry, that's not still Max Scherzer. That's a shell of Max Scherzer. In Max Scherzer's last start, that was the game that the Royals beat the shit out of them 20-1. He did not get out of the first inning. He allowed 7 hits, 7 runs, and 2 homers and a walk. He got 2 outs in the inning. That was his last start. So I go back to today's game. The Red Sox are pitching Crochet. The Blue Jays are pitching the former Max Scherzer. Jefe, I'm going to start with you. What do you like in this game?
The juice here is hard to squeeze, to say the least. I'm nervous. Did you guys see this, what this line opened up as and where it's at right now?
It opened at the Red Sox as a -125. They are now a -190. It's saying on ESPN, but I don't believe. Let me see.
They're not.
That's not correct. They're
-130.
-130.
You have the opposite. It opened at -190, and
Oh,
now
right,
it's
right,
at
right.
-125.
Yeah, you're right.
That, and that's what I was gonna say. That is a hell of a change.
I don't know, Connie. You know, there's a lot of Hall of Famers. Roger Clemens is one that comes to mind.
Wait.
Stuck his old ass out there tonight. You think he's going to be dealing and dealing?
I'm sorry. I thought you were arguing if he's a Hall of Famer. He's definitely
No. He's a Honda.
Yeah,
100%.
He doesn't give a
100%.
shit. No, he's getting paid by 3 freaking teams. He doesn't know what even team he's pitching for right now. It might be 4. I don't know. The Rangers still paying him, or the Mets taking that tab? I don't know. I know he's getting paid by the Nationals. I know he's getting paid by the Blue Jays. He's definitely getting paid by either the Mets or the Rangers. I don't know if it's all 4.
I don't know. The Mets pay if you've entered the MLB, the Mets owe you money for the next 40 years, no matter what.
Pretty much.
Yeah. He's set. I don't believe in that either. All right, back to this game. I started this conversation off when we were going over the recap. Blue Jays put themselves in a really tough spot. Garrett Crochet has to go on the mound tonight. He knows what's going on. This is a humongous game for them. He's probably so is he geared up to start one more this weekend? It's not going to be his last regular season start.
It'll be the last game. Last game of the year will be Crochet.
Yeah. So Red Sox are all hands on deck. They know that they not only are competing against the Blue Jays, the Yankees, but all the other teams in the AL that we mentioned before because of the various tiebreakers. They are, though.
The Red Sox are. The Blue Jays aren't because they're comfortably a couple games ahead of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about the Red Sox.
Yeah.
So Crochet's coming out there, and this might as well be game 1 of the playoffs in his mind. And I think he's going to pitch like that. I'm taking the Red Sox on the money line here on the road. Scary, but I think Alpha said it. The Jays are cold, and it is a bad time to be cold.
And they also are missing some key cogs, like Bo Bichette injured. Is he going to be able to ramp up in time when it comes to the playoffs? I don't think so. He's probably going to struggle. The bats are all struggling. They still don't have Timmy Ty France. He's been hurt as well. So, I mean, this team's banged up. They're banged up, and the guys who are filling in are not performing, and their stars are not playing up to their potential right now. JD, what are your thoughts? And, I mean, after what you say here, we may be able to get the little 3-way going, depending on what you say. Connie hates it. Hates it.
I can see that. Connie, where are you from? Let's ask that because it sounds like you may be.
Wow, get fucked, JD.
Wow.
Get fucked.
Wow. Hey, sorry.
And Connie's next comment is going to be from Toronto.
I was waiting.
Oh, that actually would be hilarious.
Connie's from Boston. Very cool.
No,
Not very cool. I'm
from Boston,
sorry.
currently residing in Ottawa.
There we go. JD, thoughts on this game? What do you like? Oh, he's doing a thing with a thing. Oh, Parlay Prince doesn't like it either. Is that you had to make it dark? We got to move forward. Beautiful.
Sorry, man. This is actually like
It's a nice hat.
This is the breast cancer.
It's a nice hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is actually very hard to read.
Yeah.
That's probably why I've never worn it on this.
We
show.
need a GIF, not a GIF. We need like a video thing in here for when I think we've come to our 3-way collab play of the day. Because I'm telling you what, JD, tell us why you're on the Red Sox, and then I will agree with everything you have to say. Because I'm also on the Red Sox.
I am on the Sox. As far as their money line, I definitely don't mind that play.
Oh, here we go.
I'm on it a little bit different though. You actually said something, and you said the Jays had lost the game 20-1.
Correct.
Who pitched there?
Max Scherzenstein.
He sure did. He didn't even go a full inning last time. Let me make sure that's correct.
Yeah, 2 I went over it the whole start. 2 out.
Yeah.
He only got 2 outs, gave up 1 million hits, 1 million homers, 2 walks, but he did have 2 strikeouts, so good for him. Let me tell you something. I was on the Blue Jays in that game. That was the worst viewing experience as a gambler on a team I have ever. Oh God, Malik Neighbors out with a shoulder injury. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're joking.
Not out for the game, out of practice today.
Oh, okay. Two totally different things.
I'm over here about to spend 700 FAAB bucks on Wandell Robinson. Sky.
But as far as Max Scherzer, is he going to have a start like that again? No. There's not what I'm thinking. Actually, what's
maybe?
I mean, could, but no. Max Scherzer is not the Max Scherzer that we've all loved over the years. In this game, this is going to be like a playoff game, and that's why this total has gone so low. I think it's gone too low because I think the Red Sox still put up runs here. So that's why I took the Red Sox team total over 3.5. This total keeps going down. So the first 5 team total over 1.5 is actually now in a playable range. So I am also going to be adding that. And just so I can ride with the 3-way, I'm also going to add Red Sox on the money line.
Let's fucking go. I'm all over the Red Sox on the money line, guys, here. They're the hot team. One interesting thing to note, I didn't bring this up earlier, but if you pitch over 200 innings in a baseball year, that's an unbelievable season for a starter. I just want to put that out there. If you go over 200 innings in a year, that is a number you want your starters to be at. If they're able to perform the whole season. Garrett Crochet's at 197.1. So don't want to point that out there. One of the first we're seeing that are getting close to that 200 innings mark. So pretty cool to see that. I'm all over the Red Sox here, guys. I think they're going to have a big performance. I think they're going to be able to get after Max Scherzer. Connie, I know you're not happy. You saw that Max gave up all those runs. Regardless of all the runs he gave up last game, he's 5-4 in the year with a 5.06 ERA. He's just not the same guy, and he's very hittable. He doesn't have his speed. He doesn't have his put-away stuff. His breaking ball doesn't break like it used to. His spin rates are extremely down, and you're going up against a Red Sox team that's just smacking the ball right now. I think we will see the Red Sox score a good amount of runs. I think we see them easily win this game. And I do think when we wake up tomorrow, we are going to see a tie at the top of the AL East standings. And I'm very interested to see where this goes. And I'm very interested to watch this game tonight. This will be the game that I'm probably locked into the most. Jefe, I'm pretty sure it's the same with you. This Red Sox-Jays game, if you're a fan of the AL or any teams in the AL, this is a must-watch game tonight. There's another one that's in the same ballpark of the magnitude. But to me, this is the big one, which these two teams are both teams that could represent the AL in the World Series. I genuinely believe these are two of the teams that can do that. I only think there's 3, to be honest. These are 2 of the 3 teams. Anything either of you guys want to add on this game before we move on to the next one?
I think I'm good.
You think you're good? Well, if you're good, JD.
I will say what you just said is correct. Although the only way I'm watching that game is if the Yankees are up 7-0, which I hope they are after the first inning. Because most importantly is the Yankees got to win. They have to take care of business. If I look and I see the Red Sox up, I am clapping. If we win and the Blue Jays win, it is what it is. But The Yanks got to take care of business first and foremost.
Well, not even just for that. I want to see Crochet in a playoff type of game. This is a guy who could be one of the best pitchers in baseball. I want to see what he does in this spot
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Jefe, you got to get the setup. I'm sorry. I know you're getting a little change of location soon. I fully expect you to have 3 televisions on your wall like I do, so you can have all the games on and you don't have to watch one.
Nah, buddy. I got myself a 75-inch brand new spanking new OLED, QLED, HD 4K Samsung television, 75-incher. I'm going to be embedded in color. It's going to be incredible. I'm going to be on the sidelines, basically. They might as well give me a fucking microphone and a headset because I'm going to be so close to the action. I'm calling the plays.
All right, pitching for the Mets against the Cubs tonight
Titans
is Jonah
should call
Tong.
me to call plays. They should call me.
Yet again, it is Jonah Tong, the kid,
I
2-2 on the year with a 5.94 ERA and a 1.44 WHIP. On the other side is Matthew Boyd, who I was really high on him for most of the year, especially at home. He's 11-1 at home with a 2.4 ERA. This guy has struggled as of late. In his last outing, he only made it out of the third. He gave up 7 hits, 4 earned, 1 homer, 2 walks. They won that game, but he got absolutely shelled. It was a big comeback from the Cubbies there. He's also lost, besides that game, 3 of his last 4 starts outside of it, and he hasn't gone deep in a ton of games. So he's struggled as of late. We know what the Mets did yesterday. Monster comeback. Are the Mets going to be charging and into this playoff race? Jefe, I'm going to start with you. Low total here. It's at 7. Mets and Cubs with a very close line. Who do you got?
I'm struggling with this one because everything that I believe that has something to do with the names of these players' backs, could be any team USA, tells me that
Braves
the
losing,
Mets,
by the way.
That the Mets, with how they won yesterday, how it went down, should bring that momentum right into today and should lead them to a victory. And that is how I want this game to go. I'm not a Mets fan, but I do think there's a couple factors at play that I think make this a Mets play. Cubs have lost 5 games in a row now. And Vegas is just tossing around this minus 120 in front of you, just tossing, just waving it to like it's one of those inflatable tube mans in front of a car dealership. Just
JD, can you simulate that? Can you simulate the inflated?
No,
JD.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
You can't not see it. Like you drive by it. You don't want to buy that car. You have no interest in buying a car, but yet you still find yourself going like this. You're just staring at it. That's how I feel about this.
Keep your eyes on the fucking road, Jefe.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
You just...
Yeah, no, I'm driving and then I go like this.
You just took my punchline away from me. God damn it. The next one was going to be like, well, guess what? Keep your eyes on the road. Don't look at the inflatable tube band. Drive safe. Pick the Mets. That's where I'm going. 2 hands on the wheel. Mets money line.
3 hands on the wheel. Mets money line. JD, over to you.
Yeah.
Are you putting a 4th hand on the wheel?
This game. Matthew Boyd. Alpha, like you said. First off, as far as his season numbers are great. He has definitely had a good season here. But his last few starts, he has not quite looked like himself. He's been giving up a lot of hits. I mean, a lot of hits. Also walking guys. And these are against teams that are honestly not good teams.
Dog shit.
And tonight they play a Mets team where the lineup seems like it's starting to score some runs here. For the Mets on the mound, they got Tong. This kid,
He looks like he's 14.
Yes, I say kid, and I mean that in every way I possibly can. I actually think he's like 22 though.
Yeah, he is. He's older than you would think he is.
Yeah. All I have to say is that in the minors, I don't even know how to say it. He was the guy. I mean, the guy. He was striking out almost literally everybody. I believe his I believe his ERA was 1 point something. He was absolutely great. So he was so good that the Mets had to call him up to finish out the season here.
That's also because they did a absolute dog shit job of getting starters, which you and I have been over all year. We nailed that, by the way. Fucking nailed it.
Yeah. And, since he's been up to the show, his numbers are not that great. I mean, he's only pitched, as far as innings, I think he's pitched 16 so far. He has a 5.94 ERA, a 1.44 WHIP. In most of his starts, he has had trouble with the walks, except his very last start where he actually walked none.
And his first start, weirdly. First start, 0 walks. Last start, 0 walks. In between, 7 walks in 2 games.
Yeah. So kind of weird there. But guys, the wind is blowing in. It's not anything crazy hard. I think it's around 10. But that has this total because of this. Once again, the Mets have to play this more actually as a playoff game. The wind blowing in, so they have this total down to 7 flat. I think that is too low. This is a game where I see both teams putting up runs. As far as who wins, I'm just not going to care about that. I am just going to root for runs here because, I just simply think this total is too low.
So you're not putting your fourth hand on the wheel?
Not going to put my fourth hand.
But are you going to stare at the road when you're driving?
I am going to stare at the road.
Fantastic news. Connie, I see your question here. Are we covering the Astros-A's game? We are not, but I will tell you in the shortest breakdown that I possibly can on what I'm taking in that game. Astros money line, minus 130. Hunter Brown in the bump. They're going to get to Luis Severino. Either of you have a play on that game?
Do not have a play. That is how I would lean, but I am staying off of it.
I will be on that, Connie. That will be on my VIP card.
I'm staying off.
All right. Well, it's just you and I, Connie. Just you and I. All right.
You need one more for the 3-way.
No 3-way, Connie. No, don't even ask. All right. We're going to the Tigers. We're going to the Guardians. We have Jack Flaherty on the bump for the Tigers. He's 8-14 on the year. He's got a dog shit. He's got a 4.6 ERA. On the other side, we got Tanner Bibee, whatever the hell you want to call him. I believe it's Bibee, but whatever you want to say. He's 11-11 with a 4.34 ERA. This is the other game that's a must-watch. This is the other banger of the day. This is the Gardos, who are technically in first place now. Gardos technically in. I'm also verifying that to make sure. I still don't even believe it. I have to keep looking at. They are definitively in first place. Jefe, what is your stat?
I have a stat. I must say it right now. On September 12th, I want you guys to guess what the Guardians to win the AL Central was on September 12th, which was 12 days ago to this day. Please,
the odds?
On the odds.
I know they have to be nuts.
AL Central. But just take
because I know the Tigers had a 99% chance.
Just
minus,
give me a number.
Minus 1,400.
Can't be minus.
I meant for the Tigers to win?
For the Guardians to win the AL Central on September 12th, what do you think the odds were?
What's on the other side of it? Plus 800 then.
No, there was massive.
There
you go. It had to be massive. Like plus, they probably weren't even giving you the correct price, but I don't even know.
No, you have to guess something if I had to put it.
Guess a number. Come on. Play the game.
Plus 8,000.
They were plus 10,000. Plus 10,000. Yeah. Now, September 23rd, yesterday, after the game is over, guess what they are. Well, what they are currently to win the AL Central. Don't look. Just guess.
I'm already looking at that tab, so I will not guess. I was looking actually at the AL MVP race. It is still a dead even.
I do not. I would guess they were definitely the favorite, though.
They are minus 185.
Yeah, because they have the tiebreaker as well. That's
in 12 days, they went from a plus 10,000 to a minus 185. Let me tell you, if anybody out there has a ticket on the Guardians at plus 10,000, please send it to me.
Put it in the chat. Jefe will review for the
That is the greatest return on investment I think I've ever seen in sports in the history of my life.
I mean, that's just a crazy take. Have you ever seen a 2x2 touchdown parlay? Okay, I digress. JD,
no.
Anything in this game?
Yeah, man. The Tigers, we keep talking about it. I don't think I need to hammer it home more, but they're in complete free fall. This team is beating themselves. I mean, they're just not playing well. They're finding ways to lose, and then they're not really scoring runs either. They got Jack Flaherty on the mound tonight. This is a road game. If you've been watching this show at all during the season, you know Jack Flaherty is somebody who I target to fade, especially on the road where he is at his worst. I believe for the season, he is. I believe his ERA on the road is a little over 5.
5.2.
5.2.
3-6 record.
Yep. Then for the Guardians, you have our guy. We don't really know how to say his name. Is it Bibby or is it?
I think it's Bibby. I do think it's Bibby, but Bibby is kind of cool. I think of like Mike Bibby back in the day. If you don't know Mike Bibby, leave our fucking show. But yes,
right.
Who doesn't know Mike Bibby?
I had to put that out there. If you don't, get the fuck
out. But yeah, he. As far as his numbers for the season, he's one of those guys that it's been good. It hasn't been great. But he's been good. But recently, he has been pitching very well. He has faced this actually Tigers team a few different times this season, and has actually pitched well against them all those times. Guys, I placed this bet. I gave it out to clients at -125. This number has just shot up since then. You're in the -150s now. I even see a -160.
Depends.
Now, do what?
It depends. There's one book you can still get a good price on, and that's the line I'm giving out. And you know what it is. You know what book it is.
That has to be some fan.
It's some FanDuel. FanDuel still has it at -140, guys, so I'd recommend taking it now if you like it. I'm 100% going to be on the Gardos in this. Sorry, Footy. Hope you have a great day, brother. I am going to be on the Gardos here at -140. They're on an absolute tear. We took them at +140. We'll take them at -140. Anything under -150 in this spot, I think you have to go Gardos if you could find it. If the Guardians are like plus or -180 on your book, then like look at the Tigers potentially because that's just a value play at that number. But at -140, the Guardians are the team I do believe are going to have a big performance. They're the team that I am predicting and have said for a couple of days now are going to win the AL Central, and I'm standing by it. I think they have another big game tonight. This team is playing for each other. They have 1 or 2 stars on this team. The rest of them got caught for gambling or traded away. The Tigers are significantly the better team. But this Guardians team is showing you something. They have no quit in them. They've gone through hell and back this year with literally 2 of their better pitchers, a starter and a top 3 closer in the game, getting suspended for gambling. Then they traded their pieces away, and they still battled and are in this spot. So for me, I think they're going to keep it going. There's something special cooking for this Guardians team. And I tell you what, Jefe, I ain't want to see them in the playoffs if I'm the Yankees, the Blue Jays, any of these teams that are fighting to be the home field best team in the AL. I wouldn't want to see them. How do you feel about that, Jefe?
I never really get worried about the Guardians in the playoffs. They're pesky. They play great small ball. And that does bode against the Yankees, to be honest with you. These are the type of teams they lose against.
Correct.
But it's nothing about that. Forget about the Guardians as a team. I never want to go. My biggest thing in baseball is I never want to go against the hot team, in especially the way that these dumbass playoffs are set up. I cannot stress to you enough how ridiculously stupid the playoff setup is in Major League Baseball. You are not the WNBA. Stop having rounds with best of 3s and best of 5s. Nobody cares. Nobody needs it. You ruin the ability for a team that has earned the right for a bye, earned the right to rest their players, to have a disadvantage in the playoffs because of the rest versus rust factor. Stop this nonsense. Whatever it is, what it is, wild card best of 3, why is it division round best of 5? I will never know. They need to change that to 7 immediately. Back to this. That is why I'm really scared of the Guardians. I hope the Yankees don't have to face them in the wild card, which I don't think is possible.
I think it is.
Still, yeah.
It's possible. It's definitely
Is it?
possible. Yeah. Yankees win the AL East, Guardians lose out to the Tigers and the AL Central, and the Guardians take the final wild card berth, which is very possible.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong, wouldn't the Yankees have the best record in the AL? Wouldn't they get the bye?
That is accurate. Yeah, it probably can't happen in the first round. You're right.
It can't happen.
But it could happen in the second round.
It could. But at that point, at least you're at a 5, and that's better than being at a 3. I do not want to be the team that faces the Guardians in a best of 3. Absolutely not. Not how hot they're playing.
Before we get into our sponsored segments, nothing else
Impossible.
on this game, gentlemen, right? JD, nothing else to add?
Yeah.
Jefe, nothing else to add? Don't want to cut you guys off before I get into this, but any futures you guys are looking at besides Aaron Judge to win MVP?
I mean, actually,
minus 110.
what actually he said right actually under that, as far as the Padres, man, Padres have that one thing that you really like during the playoffs, and that is a great bullpen.
Tiebreaker.
And I don't love the price on them. But yeah, I really think we're actually gonna talk about this more. Like, actually, once we know like who's actually gonna be in.
Actually, I don't know. JD, think of our schedule. We have a very special guest on Friday who we will not make do any baseball. As you know, who's going to come on here. He's a big football guy. And then tomorrow is also the college football show. And then everything's like over. We're getting to the end.
Baseball doesn't start until Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So true. We can do it. Yeah.
Okay, so you know what that means for Monday. I'll just leave it at that.
3-hour show.
Yeah, it literally might have to be. Footy, one thing I want to bring up for your San Diego winning the NL, they lose the tiebreaker. So that's just something to keep in the back of your head. Let me pull up now exactly where these two teams stand.
I think we saw last year that the Padres could go head-to-head with the Dodgers.
Not in the playoffs, they can't.
They took them to the deciding game.
And who won?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the Yankees. It is only a one game difference. So they definitely have a chance, Footy. But instead of it being a 1-game difference, you have to look at it as a 2-game lead, and they have to fully clear them. They can't end tied. So I would be a little hesitant.
And actually, that's why I don't like the price.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, as far as everything else, I understand it, but I think you should be getting a bigger price though.
Yep, very true. All right. Oh, he means to get to the World Series. Let me pull that up. I mean, I was talking about winning the NL West.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you need a bigger price there
to win the NL. That's. I don't know how I feel about that. I'd have to think about that. That one, let me hit playoffs here to make the world. They don't have any. They don't even have those odds yet in FanDuel, at least. Yes, we'll leave it at that. All right, JD, it's time for our prop of the day. I brought it up on the screen. You guys can see the promo code there on the bottom ticker. JD, what is our down and dirty prop of the day? Watch, it's going to be like Aaron Judge over hits or something. Let's see what it is.
Let's get up here.
Oh, Key Bump Hayes, love it.
Yep. Brian Hayes, we're going to bet on him to keep sucking. Because that's what he has done the past 10 games, you can see here. Not even his last 5 games, but in his last 10 games, he has not gotten a single hit. And tonight, you can get his under half a hit at DraftKings at plus 117. So you're getting a nice plus money price here. I mean, yeah, this is one of those where, I mean, he's just cold. So we're just going to bet on him to stay cold. But guys, as far as the Hall of Fame app, there's a bunch that you can look at here, especially under trends. That is actually where I found this. You can go under here and do, last 5 games, last 10, whole season. But they go in order by the edge, as you can see here. But you can just literally scroll and find tons of cool plays here. Then you can go under stats and you can filter. You can filter a ton of things out. So yeah, the Hall of Fame app is definitely what we have been using, and we have been loving it.
Absolutely. Fantastic app. Make sure you guys check them out. We love the HOF app, and they're giving our viewers an unbelievable deal with the 50% off and a 7-day free trial. It's a 7-day free trial. Try the fucking app. If you don't like it, don't stay with them. But I have a feeling you will like it. 7-day trial. Give it a try. Footy, give it a try. All right, boys. It's about that time. We get into our final segment of the day, which is going to be our best bets. But, JD, best bets isn't just us anymore. Who are best bets? Proudly brought to you by
Funded Steak.
I was like, are you going to take a drink before you give out that answer? That was close, JD.
Yeah, I did not realize you were going to give it over to me there.
Well, you enjoy that beverage. We're going to go to your cousin Derek to give us a little breakdown on Funded Steak.
FundedSteak.io, the ultimate platform platform for sports traders looking to unlock their potential without risking their own money. We're here to help you transform your sports betting skills into a profitable and sustainable business. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, Fun at Stake gives you the tools and capital to scale your success. Here's how it works. 1. Choose your account. Pick an account size that fits your needs, starting from $1,000 all the way up to $50,000. Your journey starts here. 2. Take the challenge. Hit the profit target while sticking to our risk management rules. For example, with a $10,000 account, aim for $3,300 in profit, place a minimum of 25 sports bets, and maintain the required daily and total loss limits. 3. Get funded. Once you pass the challenge, we'll provide the capital for you to trade. You can keep up to 80% of your profits while we take on all the financial risks. At fundedstake.io, you'll benefit from a fully personalized dashboard where you can monitor your trades, track your challenge progress, and place real-time bets on all major sports leagues. Our platform is built for transparency, ease of use, and performance. With fundedstake.io, you can focus on winning and scaling your success while we cover the risks. No financial stress, just growth and profits. Fundedstake.io. Bet smarter, scale faster, win bigger.
Bet smarter, scale faster, win bigger. Shout out to our friends over at Funded Stake. They're a fantastic company, guys, where you can take one of their challenges. Once you pass their challenge, you will get funded to gamble with their money and keep a portion of the returns. JD, what's better than using someone else's money and keeping a portion of the returns?
Not many things.
Not anything we could say on the air, and I agree with you there. So make sure you guys check them out. We also have a fantastic promo for them. JD, cue it up. Let's put in our best bets for the day.
Guys, you know what? We actually normally each give our own best bet. But tonight, I think we should put a lot of money on one play.
And that's the Guardians.
And that's the Guardians.
I knew you were going to do it. I'm in. I'm fucking in.
I'm in it.
To win it. I was waiting for you to say in it to win it or something. You made it seem like you were going to do the lottery thing.
Yeah, man. I haven't gotten that lucky yet. Soon, though.
Just
So
wait.
Most we can put on it. You know what? Okay, let's put 5,000.
And then do your first 5 team total over 1.5.
No, let's do the Red Sox.
Let's do the Red Sox. Yes. Let's do the Red Sox. What's the line they currently have?
Minus 127.
It's pretty good. That's a good line. I like that. There we go.
I also will give the people my my solo POD, a game that we have not spoken about yet.
Okay.
Reds Pirates, people. Reds really disappointed last night. Pirates got Skeens on the mound today. Skeens in his last 2 starts has lost both of them. 5 innings in 1 start, 3 innings in the other. Reds got to go out, and they got to put themselves together a victory here. And the Pirates, really, I can't see Skeens going more than 5 innings at the most. I think the Reds get to the Pirates bullpen at the end of the day, and they get themselves a win.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Let's see how it goes tonight. JD, anything else to add before we get the fuck out of here today? Jaden Daniels limited to practice. Yeah, I don't think he plays this week. Put it after.
Oh, speaking of that, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to let this go on Wednesday. You're going to hear it here first. It's going to live forever on this show. Falcons, money line, plus 110 odds. They're beating the Commanders.
Do you know how many fucking times I've seen that from Jefe over the last 2 days in our numerous group chats, our high school group chat, our Twitter group chats, our across the board group chats? This guy's locked in.
That's really
locked in.
Now, I was all over the Panthers last week early.
I respect it.
The Falcons this week early. I'm telling you guys, they might win by a lot. I think they made a big change. The Falcons did in bringing their offensive coordinator from the top all the down to the bottom of the sidelines. That should speed things up at the line of scrimmage where they've had so many issues getting that ball snapped on time and that.
And they fired the wide receiver coach, and I kill you, Giants legend. That's the scapegoat. Was the wide receiver coach for why Michael Penix is a Michael Penis? That's the reason, bro. Okay.
I really do expect them to have a good game. I expect Bijan to be way more involved in both the passing and running. And I think that Penix finally gets on the same page with his wide receivers. If Drake London is still in the NFL, which I am not aware of.
Well, if the first half goes as poorly as it did last week, we are going to see Kirk go bangs in the second half. I will tell you that right now. Yep. I think could be very beneficial to them, to be honest. I would love to see that just for the pure cinema. All right, boys.
There are 2 more things that I have to do. Well, 3, but we're just going to go with 2. First, I do have to put up, as far as our sponsors go, guys, here are the promo codes for the Hall of Fame app. You do get 50% off that your first purchase, plus the 7-day free trial. Like we said, guys, try it out. That is code ATB50. And then for Funded Stake, you do get 20% off any challenge. That goes for any of them starting at 1,000 and goes up to 100,000. You can take 20% off of that using code MBM20. Then tomorrow, we have a college football show along with the Thursday night football game. We will have a special guest on for that show. Then Friday is our big NFL show. And as far as college and the pros this week, there are some great games. And actually, we're going to be going over them all the next 2 days. And like Alpha said, we have another special guest Friday on the show. So,
Yep.
So as far as the rest of the week or shows you do not want to miss.
Do you want to announce who our special guest is on Friday? I don't know who it is tomorrow because that guest is replacing me. Thank you for giving me the day off. But yes, I know who's on Friday. We have Monotone Football. If you guys have seen Monotone on here a few times, he is absolutely fantastic. One of the sharpest NFL minds on X and on YouTube. Very big YouTube following. We're very excited to have him back on the show. Great friend of ours, and he will be providing you guys with a ton of props, a ton of sides, a ton of totals, and it's going to be a fantastic show.
Yep. So, yeah, looking forward to that. Do you guys have anything else?
No, I'll miss you guys tomorrow. It's like the first time I'm not going to be on the show in quite some time. So I will miss you boys. I'm looking forward to being back on Friday. But we're going to have a great weekend. And we're going to cash the hell out today. Jefe, we're giving you. No. We could never do that. We could never give you the final word. Jefe, you have something to say before we could have JD do the thing with the three-way thing?
No inspirational quotes for me today. I should have saved my Falcons money line quote for right now, but I got too excited.
You did. JD, do what you do, baby.
Yeah, yesterday, as far as three-way, that was our first one. And it was so much fun. I think we're going to have to do it.
I had a lot of fun, and I know I walked away feeling satisfied, happy, and just a feeling of joy.
That makes one of us.
Yeah. Somebody had to walk out with their head down. It had to be you.
That was me.
So, yeah, make sure to be on the lookout for that because there's possibilities there, and we could go with a number of different games there. So, yeah, make sure to be on the lookout for that. But, yeah, guys, let's have a Wednesday. Yep, that's right. I said the correct day. It's Wednesday. Let's have a Wednesday, and let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win. I'll see you guys on Friday. These two guys will see you on tomorrow. Same time, same place. Peace out, everybody.